Good morning to you. Welcome to Pittsburgh Today Live. I'm Christine Sorensen. If you're looking for a quick and simple way to create more joy in what may be a hectic life, how about giving a few more compliments? Complimentologist Monica Strobel is here today to talk about her book, The Compliment Quotient, and teach us 5 tips on how to give the most meaningful compliments. Good morning, Monica. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So how did you get into writing about compliments?
Right. Well, I've been told that I'm a really positive person, and I'm not necessarily just kind of a Pollyanna or sugary, but I realized that I've gone through my ups and downs in life, but I had been giving people compliments, and that had allowed me to keep my joy and keep this positive attitude that we know is so important for relationships and success.
Well, when we get compliments, I mean, we know we love it. It feels so good. So how important is it to actually think about giving them?
Well, we really overlook and underestimate the power of appreciation. One of our famous American psychologists said the deepest craving of human nature is for appreciation.
Wow. And what I love is it's free. I mean, it's so simple. It can take so little time and really effort.
That's right. For busy women, it's not something we have time to drop into a yoga pose or pull out our notebook and journal. If we can just get into a compliment habit, and I give a lot of specific steps on how to really build that, we're able to overcome things like falling into a habit of criticizing, focusing on what's not working, and feeling taken for granted and taking others for granted.
And is this in the workplace, at home, in just social settings? When should you be doing this?
Well, it's exciting because it really translates for all of those relationships. If you're expressing appreciation at work, you're perceived as more likable, which has been tied to better income.
Wow.
And people in relationships, we tend to really take for granted the one person who we really should be appreciating the most. You know, we see our spouse and he's loaded the dishwasher and all we say is, you left crumbs on the counter, rather than really appreciating all the things they do.
Well, and that's the one of the things I really love, how you say this can really improve your relationship with maybe your spouse. Tell me a little bit more detail how it can really make that big of a difference.
Absolutely. Some studies have documented the decline in intimacy between partners, and they did it through compliments, and they showed that in the beginning people compliment each other, say 3 times a week. By the time people are together 5 years, they're not giving each other any compliments.
Wow.
So by turning that around and looking for the positive, you get to restore some of that flirting and sweet talk that you shared in the beginning, and that really boosts up, you know, person's interest. Women, we tend to have these minds filled with our to-do lists, and it refocuses on the positive between you.
All right, so now we got to learn how to give good compliments. So you've got a tips on the 5 most meaningful compliments, starting with number 1. Put on your compliment goggles.
Absolutely. You know, you just can't give a compliment if you're not looking for the positive.
Okay.
So it immediately makes everything else blur out, and you focus in on the positive. So, and that just changes your attitude. You're not seeing the negative. You have to look for something positive to compliment.
So literally during your day, just think, okay, who can I compliment? What's good around me?
Right.
Okay.
And it can just range. If it's somebody you know, you have to look a little closer with those goggles on. If it's somebody you don't know so well, you can compliment on things that you know are a little less personal.
Okay. Number 2, seed your compliment with truth.
Absolutely. You know, all compliments start with the seed of truth. People know immediately if you're authentic.
Okay, so don't just say it just 'cause.
Absolutely, and that's really worse in the situation at work. You know, you don't want to butter up somebody and be inauthentic, but say, even if you don't care for their tie, but you know that their child bought it for them or something, it's still authentic to compliment on that. So you can find a seed of truth and start from there.
Okay. Number 3, plump up your compliment with specifics.
Right, get them bigger and brighter is what I always say. You absolutely, you know, you can say you look nice today, and that's fine.
Sure.
But if you say you look ravishing in that blue, it really brings out your eyes.
Oh wow, that does sound a lot better.
Yeah, somebody's gonna think, well, the next time I want to look ravishing, I'm gonna wear that shirt that somebody complimented me on. So plump them up, you know. Take some extra effort, particularly with your spouse or your kids. I always tell my kids they look great. One day I told my daughter, you are stunning this morning. And she was like, wow, she got out of the car for school, you know.
She had a little swagger that day. I love it. Okay, that's neat. So kind of be specific in what you're complimenting. Okay. Number 4, tune your compliments to their interests.
Right. You know, we tend as parents to compliment things that are going to bring something to us.
Oh, I see.
You know, like, oh, you got good grades.
Okay.
Or, you know, your spouse, wow, you picked your clothes up off the floor. I say really to make it more effective for them is you have to compliment on something that's important to them.
Okay.
So if it's the sports or, you know, the video game, different things, go out of your way to make sure you're not just complimenting on things that are important to you.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that's neat. And then number 5, make an affectionate fuss over them.
Right. I say that, you know, if you're worried about compliments spoiling those people around you, think about it in reverse. Would it spoil you to hear every day, you look beautiful, you're as beautiful as the day I married you?
Wow.
Things like that.
Yeah.
You know, that really wouldn't spoil you.
You can never get too much.
Yeah, you lavish them on. We hold back so often on compliments, and I say if you can bundle all that together, I call them your personal joy rescue plan, because as you're complimenting others and lifting them, you're lifting yourself along the way.
Wow, I love these ideas. Thank you so much for sharing them with us, Monica.
Thank you.
And for more information from Monica Strobel, visit kdka.com/PTL. We have a link for you there, and her book is called The Compliment Quotient. It is available in stores and online now.